Hello, wrestling fans. This is Magic J with the Honorable Sai and the Hip Hop Original Scanned Deuce, and we are the Mega Powers TV. And welcome to 2025.
Two Mega Powers meeting here tonight.
The Mega Powers, brother.
The Mega, yeah, the Mega, yeah, the Mega Powers, yeah. Mega Powers, yeah.
First of all, I'd like to say to the people, we are sorry that we have been away. Life has been lifing. Size back has been backing. Scandus has been rapping. And I haven't been trapping. So we are the Mega Powers TV and we are back. We are here. You get what I'm saying? For 2025. Scandus, what have you got to say?
Man, it has been, it's been a hectic time, bro. A lot happens, man. And like you said, life is life in and time is moving at some different pace, bro. Like a lot of things has happened. I was just speaking to Syed, man. I guess obviously we've done like little reviews like of All In at Wembley Stadium, but we haven't really connected as a trio to really summarize 2024, and our thoughts on it, like what were the best events, what were the best matches, the best wrestlers, like what went wrong, what flopped, and what we got to look forward to this year. So, but like without further ado, man, let me introduce my bro Size in the place. What's happening, bro?
Wagwan, my G.
Yeah.
Magic. Let's say it
First
together,
of all,
yeah? Honorary. You know what I mean?
all
We
right,
keep
honorary.
saying honorable. Is this an R-Truth thing?
Honorary, honorable, say Ross Clark thing.
Is this Butch and Pete thing, yeah? Is this what's going on?
The honorary. Yes.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. I missed all of you. And
How's
yeah,
your back? Is your back fine?
my back's been fine since April, bro. I've been ready, bro. I've been waiting for the Mega Power signal, but like
We're waiting for
obviously
the,
life
we're
was
waiting for
like
the
back
handshake.
signal,
We're waiting
yeah?
for the handshake to come out the
yeah,
sky like the
the
Batman
handshake
signal.
signal in the yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's been a fantastic year of wrestling. It might be one of the best years that's ever existed in wrestling, but not even a bold statement, I think. I'm looking forward to 2025.
Mm.
Lot to talk about. Lot to talk about. I don't know how we're breaking it down. Scandu sent a little agenda, a little list of things, but we might go rogue today because there's so many lists. There's so much. You know what I mean? Let's go, man. I want to get this popping. Let's go,
All right,
man.
all right, all right. Well, I'll tell you what then.
Yeah.
Let's just crack on from January 2025, and if we need to go back to the future, then we'll go back.
Yeah. We can go back to a few, but one thing I want to ask you guys: what do you think of the new Triple H? Era of him being on Netflix. Have you got your Netflix? Have you got the Netflix account? Because when I watched it on Netflix the other day, I was sitting there skinny teeth because there was no glitches. I'm not going to no wrestling website trying to find the right one to go on. I was I was
Yeah.
chilling. I was
Yeah.
b-boying. I was like, yeah. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know we skipped one, but what do you think about the WWE Netflix debut? Triple H era is on full steam.
Yeah, man. And you know what? You actually hit a very good point there, bro. I actually can't remember how long that I've been watching wrestling on a laptop or on my phone, on a dodgy website for God knows how long, or going to a watch party. And it's like, nah, man, I can watch it in my living room on the big screen TV, crystal clear, 4K, looks wicked, yeah. I think it's got to a point now where everybody like that was mugging off pro wrestling for years and years and years have to literally applaud it, bro. Like them men are leading the way, like like properly, officially, like globally. It's ridiculous. Like they haven't even posted the official numbers properly, but already it's well over like 4 million. So they've like quadrupled their viewing figures just off of one show. So
Yeah.
it looks like they made the right decision, man. They're just bold and they're just moving in the future right now. And it's crazy. I don't know. What's your take, sir?
You lot brokies, innit? Can't afford BT now. No, I'm joking. No, but even for the ones that had even for the ones that had TNT, like you still had to go through them fucking ads and like, double screen and hear someone talk to you about shampoo. So Netflix is a refreshing experience, and but there were some, streaming sites that was always clear and 4K and beautiful for me. There were a lot of glitchy ones. I won't say it on air. I'll text you the ones that I'm talking about. But yeah, Netflix, it's cool. It'll come with its things. I think the debut shots put some light on how they're catering to the casual fans, apart from the hardcore ones. So I think there'll be some sort of like, you know, conflict there, but I think majority, like, I mean, maybe I'm just grateful that we're getting great storytelling and time for wrestling matches and, titles and people getting the light they've always deserved after decades and decades of tyranny from McMahon. So, as for it catering to the casual fans on certain occasions, I'm not too fussed. Like, let's go. Do you know what I'm saying?
All right.
So do you think, yeah, right, on that question, do you think the Vince McMahon era is totally abolished, is totally gone? Because as you said, certain wrestlers is getting their light now that they didn't get from the McMahon era or the McMahon, global takeover since he took over in
Well,
the early part of it.
I mean, you got to bear in mind, this guy has literally ran this company for probably longer than I've been alive,
Yeah.
and not even to bait out my age, but it's 4 decades.
Oh, like,
So
damn.
it's they're like 4 decades, man. So, it's obviously there's just a way of doing things, So the fact that, people have had to look at this and be like, wow, is this company even going to exist without McMahon involved? Like, and we've just shown, yes, it can exist and it can
Yeah.
get better, and that's like no shade, but that's something like AEW could probably learn from
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, because
No,
obviously we had all the scandals from back in the days, from the steroids to the sexual offences on live TV to the racial slurs, and that was all coming underneath the Vince McMahon era. So, as we're in the Triple H era, you know what I mean, the Paul Levesque era, where do you think the Paul Levesque era is gonna go in the next 10 years?
I think we're seeing it, man. We're seeing it. Like things like drones flying in from outside the building, ridiculous camera angles. Like it got a bit crazy towards the end of Vince McMahon's things where you'd watch some of those matches and literally every punch, different camera angle. It'd be like chop, 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 chop. And you're there getting an epileptic fit just watching a wrestling match. So this now, they're listening to the fans as well. You can see that. And they're giving the people what they want, man. And you can see based on that and the fact they're trying to be cutting edge with the technology now, it's doing crazy numbers. The only sad part about it is they're charging ridiculous monies to go and see this now. So,
Man, look. Si, what do you think, just to round that part up and we can just move on?
Everyone clap for the biggest gate we just broke fucking history, and we broke your bank accounts too, and the crowd clapped. I'll never understand that. Who gives a fuck about your business end? Honestly, like, okay, if it creates opportunities, beautiful, but whatever. Sorry, I had to say that. In terms of Vince and his influence, right? We don't work there, so and we're not there. Obviously, I'm saying something that's quite obvious. So I don't know how much of it's still trickling down with certain people in the business, with certain characters that still advocate that sort of culture. I don't know what conversations are going on in creative for people pushing for this and someone saying, nope, we're doing that. The Saudi Arabia deals are still going on. We're going to the Royal Rumble. That also got booed. You couldn't see that on Netflix, but apparently that got booed when that was shown on the screen, as well as Hulk Hogan. So you get snippets of them still ticking boxes of it might be commercialization, and they've signed with TKO, who is part of UFC, which is part of The Rock, which I don't want to get too political, but it's a very sort of right side political agenda, especially with them being tied so close to Trump. So I don't know. Sometimes I think we're going to see a bit of that, that kind of rear its ugly head at some points, but that is probably the most extreme, and that's minor compared to what Vince was doing. That's why I think he may still linger and still have some sort of influence. That sort of, yeah. But Triple H will listen, as Scandu said. I think Triple H is open to be creative. He's open for other people. He listens to intelligent, creative people that are moving needles in so many diverse places in society, whether it's music, movies, or whatever it is. And I think he's majority been 85 to 90%. What's the opposite of tone deaf? I don't know, the finger on the pulse, I guess. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, man, it's good. It's good.
So talking about Hulk Hogan, he got booed. When I saw that, I was like, Lord have mercy on my soul. Why did he get booed? You know, what was the situation why he got booed? What do you think he got booed for?
What do you mean? You know why he got booed for? You chatting shit for? What is that?
He didn't get booed, bro. People just don't like Jimmy Hart, bro. You know what I mean? It's
Are you sure?
Hey, fuck Jimmy Hart. That's what this podcast is about. Hashtag, no, I'm joking. Love Jimmy, man. You got a great bar in Florida. I went there. So what? No, Magic, I can't let you get away with that. What the fuck? Why do you think he got booed?
I don't know, probably all the allegations of what happened to him over the years.
I don't think they're allegations, bro. He man flat out using the N-word, saying, I don't want my daughter with no end this, end that. I was like, wow, my hero Hulk Hogan, what have you done? And then his best friend filmed him running up in his missus, bro, which is foul. So, you know.
Weird sex deviant shit going on.
Yeah, them Hollywood people.
It's just like, fuck off already, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Guys like him and Ric Flair, man, we're kind of done with them guys, bro. They're just.
I'm cool with Rick coming out still, but I don't know what, I don't know, man. He's got scandals attached to his name, so I don't know. Hulk Hogan coming out was a tone deaf thing. I think WWE thought, oh, he got cheered at a Trump rally. He wasn't booed at a UFC waving the American flag. Henceforth, therefore, it's gonna be cool, and that's a little bit of arrogance, I think, from their side. So,
but they learn their lesson though, bro. They won't be in a hurry to be cutting out Hulk Hogan in the future, bro. He's just gonna stick to little promos and backstage stuff, man. I think he's done in front of the live crowd.
He's got 10. I don't know how long that deal is with the beer, but yeah, they're gonna have to find another creative way to promote it, because that's like, it's a big deal where I think they were expecting his face to show up, especially on Saturday main event, Saturday Night Live. What is it called? Saturday main event.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't know, man, because he's always been known for his biceps and that, man. I don't know if I'm ready to see some old granddad looking Hogan, bro, with his saggy arm muscles and all of that stuff. I'm like, nah, bro. If you ain't looking like 24-inch pythons, bro, what you doing, man?
You know, they should have done with it. You know, they should have done with him. They should have done what they done with Macho Man back in the 90s. Sit him down in the commentary box and make him talk. Because he's got the voice.
I want to hear him talk.
Bro, have you ever heard a long interview with Hulk Hogan, bro? It's terrible, man. He's got like 5 lines.
God,
he's like John Cena's like moveset on the mic, bro.
Oh, God.
What you gonna do, brother?
You know who's got the best? Just on that, just to remind me on commentary. You know who I think has got like the #1 rebrand ever over the last 2 years? I think Booker T. I feel like I watched NXT the other day and I was like, I love this shit. And I used to hate that man on the mic. This guy's hilarious, bro. Maybe that's because I'm smoking weed, watching this shit, laughing my ass off. But Booker T, man, big up yourself.
So talking about Booker T, we had a new push when it comes to, you know, NXT right now. We got brand new champions on the men's side and the women's. You know, well, what do you think about the new push with NXT, you know, and certain superstars coming from the main roster, jumping ship, stepping back down to the championship, just like the Premiership, you know what I mean, and helping out those in NXT?
I like how it's run now, man. It's a lot smoother. You know, it had its obviously teething issues at the start, but the way they transition guys from main roster to NXT, from NXT to main roster is smoother now, you know, and it makes sense. Like Oba Femi winning the heavyweight title makes sense. Julia winning the women's title makes sense. So it's like, and that's what I want to see in my pro wrestling. And that's what's kind of wrong with AEW at the moment. I want to see the best at the top. You know, don't give me who the creative favorite is. No, give me the best wrestlers should be the champs. It's like that in boxing. It's like that in football. If you're the best, you get you get the title, bro. That's it. You know what I mean? And no one realistically is better than Obafemi, bro. So that's why he's the top guy, in my opinion. What are you saying, sir?
I won't come back to that. What do you mean by best wrestler? You mean just like overall, not just technical ability?
Yeah, bro.
Chad Gable to be
like a Chad Gable, for example. For example, like to use AEW, like I don't want to see what's his name, Adam Cole as the top champ. Because to me, realistically, he'll get destroyed by Bobby Lashley. Like I can't suspend my belief. You know what I mean? I couldn't suspend my belief to that degree. Like, and yeah, man.
But what? But that's a good question. I forgot your question, Magic. But let me ask you this question, Scandus. Why can we we're not suspending reality. In reality, in martial arts in the world, it doesn't matter about your size. They can fuck you up with a lock or move your body in certain ways, and that's it. It's over for you. But in wrestling, I guess we are suspending reality. But why is it that we can't look at Orange Cassidy against Bobby Lashley and think that if for example, like Orange Cassidy was a 7th Dan black belt and Bobby Lashley just been to a boxing gym for like 3 years and getting fit, then obviously Orange Cassidy will fuck him up. Do you know what I mean? In real life,
of course. But then they'll introduce him as 7 Dan black belt Orange Cassidy, and everybody will be like, oh, you know. But he's just like some slough, bro. Like he's got some sick moves. Like, but can I realistically think that this guy's gonna carry the whole company on his back like Cody Rhodes would? You know, it's just like that's what I mean in the sense where, like this year, CM Punk is gonna be a champ at some point because he's the top guy, bro. Like he moves the merch, he gets the viewers, he does the best promos. Like he deserves to be the top guy. That makes sense. You see what I'm saying? Like if they just said, nah, you know, forget all that, we're gonna give it to Jimmy Uso. Everyone's gonna be like, what? Like, it don't make no sense.
Okay, I get your point. But referring back to you, Magic, in the NXT, I haven't really been watching NXT, honestly. Like I watched I lost when The Rock came out. But I've just seen them move up and been utilized way better than they were under Vince. Like Bron Breakker feels like a whole fucking movement towards like. It's just even one. Thank God we got one. Building towards a world championship reign that could go against Gunther in such a short space and looking strong with such dominance. The Shinsuke rebrand, that's what should have happened when he fucking came. Do you know what I mean?
That was amazing.
I was there when he debuted. I was there in SmackDown 2017, the SmackDown after WrestleMania, where Shinsuke came out and the whole crowd went crazy. Peter Rosenberg said, "You don't know about wrestling, but some revolutionary shit just happened." Like everyone was going nuts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, NXT has been utilized. The women are proper like showing the men Wagwan at the moment.
Women are killing it in NXT, bro. Killing.
I'm looking forward to them all coming up, man. That our women's division on SmackDown or Raw for me just needs a bit more edge, a bit more like, which is happening. But you know, the main storylines with Nia's champion wasn't captivating for me. It was more like all eyes on Tiffy, and then even though the cash-in was spectacular, the on and off cash-in was getting a bit like, come on. And then the Liv story was dragging out. So I'm looking forward to these women coming in and just fucking shit up. Like it's our time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what did you think of the Netflix debut overall, Magic J?
Do you know what? For me, as I said before, I thought it was phenomenal for me, boy, because I can watch something without my computer closing down. And I have to try restart the whole channel, go to another. But you know, it was phenomenal, and I think this is gonna take not just WWE to another level. It's gonna take Netflix to another level because Netflix already tried it with the boxing. So the boxing went out the roof, you know what I mean? Like I was watching it. There was a lot of complaints about glitching, but it's the amount of people who was watching it all over the world. So having WWE aboard, this is the first, and this is going to be definitely phenomenal. And you know, let's see what happens. Whatever contract they got, because I don't know what contract they got. You know, I don't know if it's 10-year, 50-year contract they got, but it's gonna take them to another level. And I can't wait for the following main events. What's going to happen on Netflix?
I think it's a 10-year deal, $5 billion. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's what it is.
Oh my Lord. Look at that,
Just give me,
man.
just give me 1 minute.
That's what I'm saying. Triple H
Give
has
me one, I'll be
got
happy.
crazy money now, bro. He's got generational wealth right now.
That's
He's
what I'm saying.
laughing, bro, to the bank. You know,
What,
so
what,
all of
what
them
did he?
guys are getting mega paydays. So, this is an interesting question which I'd like to ask. It's a new year, and obviously with New Year's, man, we can look back at this question at the end. So we might do a special at the end of 2025, play some clips from this, and obviously be like pat on the back or bust up laughing. But it's like let's talk about 2025 predictions.
All
Like
right.
so it's three questions. So it's in terms of like what do you think is gonna happen at Mania?
Hmm.
Who do you think is going to end up like what do you if you had a wrestling crystal ball, what do you predict is going to happen in the next 3 months? Like who do you think is going to win the Rumble? Who do you think is going to main event Mania? And how do you think the John Cena retirement tour is going to go? Obviously starting with you, sir.
Like, in what sense? Like, what I think in Mania, in terms of
Yeah.
the main event,
Well, first of
um,
all, who's going to win the Rumble?
who's gonna win the Rumble?
Not fucking John Cena. He can kiss my arms.
I think John Cena will be eliminated almost straight away, and it might be and whoever's eliminating him is going to get major heat. So it might be Logan Paul. Like it could be
Ooh, that's a
Logan
good
Paul
one.
could eliminate him. I don't want to see Cody John Cena in the main event, so I don't want him winning. I think this year is quite open. Um, what I would like to see in terms of storyline, even though it's a very Brock Lesnar Vince move, if The Rock just won it. If The Rock came in at 30, like fuck you and won it like Brock did, that's heat. You know what I mean? That's heat. And what? Do you know what I mean? It will ruin the Rumble. But then, but I just, but I don't know how they can come back from Netflix in terms of, unless it won't make sense because of what happened on Netflix, to be honest with you. Because
Hmm.
Cody just looks like a bitch. He did. I'm sorry, Cody. I don't know why you said yes to that, but I don't know. That's who I wanted to win the Royal Rumble. I wanted The Rock to play his political card, do his thing, and then go straight to the top.
Do you know? Do
That's
you know
my
what? Do you know what? Do you know? I heard a crazy theory, which might be true, which is crazy as well, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
I heard that because obviously The Rock gave Cody a gift, didn't it? And then Cody gave the gift back to The Rock. Yeah.
Hmm.
What if that gift, right, was the number 30 ball in the Royal Rumble? Because you remember Cody came out last, right? So if Rock comes out last this year, in theory, that could be the case.
I don't know who's passing Royal Rumble balls around that you know what I mean after WrestleMania. That would be a bit like okay, but who's ever done that? Do you know what I mean? No one's shot in Royal Rumble balls backstage.
Like a Dragon
Because
Ball
more,
Z.
because more or less, you're giving someone the best chance possible to win the Rumble if they come out last. So,
I think just to move on because I know you guys got to answer the questions. I think at Mania it will be Roman Rock. I think
yeah.
I think Netflix. I was actually okay with The Rock coming out and do what he did. I know he had to say hello to the board. I fucking hate that, but I know it had to happen. The
Mm,
only problem I had was the Cody thing. Like
mm,
him being nice and all of that, that's still up for debate of what his real agenda is. But him staring at the Roman, the way he took his glasses off, the way they changed the camera a couple of times to see if he was going to close eye him behind when he was throwing the ones up. They did that 3 times just to fuck with us.
mm.
I don't know if he's
That's
made
what
this
I
wrong.
thought.
Yeah,
And that's exactly what I thought when he came to the ring. I was like, "Oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?" When he
yeah.
took all the follow, and then we looked at, I thought man was gonna slap him. Like, oh,
I think it was good that he gave it to him. Like, I think that was a good story. But I think it will be Rock Roman. I think it will be Punk, Seth. I don't actually know who Gunther's gonna fight. And then I think it's gonna be Cody Randy. I think
Ooh,
Randy
Cody
might be coming back in
Rhodes.
the Royal Rumble. I don't
Ooh.
I don't think he'll win because he's won too many times for me. But
Mm.
I think it'll be Cody
but you
Randy.
see, with John Cena, if you watched when John Cena was yapping right so long, right, he did say something about coming last in the Royal Rumble. So is that a little hint and a slur to say, look, he's gonna be the last man, the 30th man to come out, or he's just yapping for the sake
Yeah,
of yapping?
nah, you can't predict it. That will make the whole Royal Rumble trash, bro, if they did that. Because I remember back in the day they used to do that. Like you could win like you could have a match and win like the 30th spot or win the first spot in the Rumble. But hey, man, I think because the Cena thing is a year-long story, he's got to start off rubbish and just get better throughout the year, innit? Like if he wins the Rumble straight away, it kind of kills his story. So for me, he's got to get dashed out like probably by R-Truth, like first in the Rumble, or something crazy like that.
I
That's
think
something I would love to
whoever's
see.
gonna, I think Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble, whoever the same person will fuck with Cena, and that will be who he's facing it. That's not who I
Mm.
want. You know who I wanted this year? I actually wanted Punk versus The Rock. I
Hmm.
I wanted that. I wanted that. That's what I fucking wanted. Like Punk versus Rock. Him screwed some sort of screwing out of the main event and bringing it back 10 years after what happened. However many years it was, perfect for me.
That would
Yeah.
be sick, bro. Imagine if they were setting up Roman versus The Rock and Punk was like, yep, I'm cashing in my favor now. Roman has to step aside. Now, the backlash would be crazy.
Hmm.
I
Crazy.
like that.
But one thing I must say though, yeah, they did ask John Cena, or there was people was talking about John Cena, how is he gonna come out? Is he gonna come out like what Mankind do love, like all his characters, what he came out with from when he first started in the WWE roster as the the Thuganomics and all these type of stuff. What do you guys think? Do you think he's gonna come down like 3-4 times, or they're just gonna come out
Oh,
and
in the
just
Rumble? Nah,
yeah,
he's a
because
face.
they,
Isn't
they
he?
done that, they done that with
Yeah, I think the
Holy.
thing is though, the thing is when they try and do stuff like that, like they did with the This Is Your Life thing with Mankind and The Rock, when they always try and repeat angles, classic angles, like it always comes across like rubbish, like compared to the original, man. If they can do it better, then yeah, but I can't see them doing that better. Like Mankind
If
did
they
it the best.
if they did
Yeah.
an angle where John Cena's music hit and the commentary team was pretending that he was in the ring fighting and there's no one there, that would be better.
But guys, for those who's watching, put your predictions below. What do you think was going to happen on, WrestleMania? Not Royal Rumble. Sorry, Royal
Yeah,
Rumble,
Royal
isn't it?
Rumble, man. We're in the Rumble,
Sorry,
bro.
Royal
Uh,
Rumble, Royal Rumble.
I did Rumble Mania. Why don't one of you
yeah.
tell us what you think is going to happen at the Rumble Mania?
All right, cool. I'm gonna just throw one quick theory out there because Roman said he's coming back at the 27th of January for his celebration of being the tribal chief. On the 7th of January, The Rock says, I'm 20 steps ahead. If you do the maths, that's the 27th. Just throw it out there.
That's good.
That if they pull that off, that's ridiculous storytelling, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. In terms of the Rumble, my heart says Punk, but I have a funny feeling it might be The Rock. Because he's the only one out of all the big top guys in the history that have never won the Rumble twice. Like everybody else won it twice or more. So that's a theory. So Mania might still be Rock versus Cody.
Mm.
I'm
Possibly.
up for that. I think that'd be the most interesting Cody storyline if it wasn't Punk. Punk makes anything interesting, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's LA, man. They've got to go with the biggest possible main event, bro. They can't give out some dusty main event for Mania 41.
Yeah,
Mm.
I don't know. What you say, Magic?
they have to go all out because like this is the Paul Levesque era. This is the Netflix era. This is a brand new generation. This is something what has to be phenomenal to, you know, it has to be a home run. Seriously. Yes, you have to knock it out the park, man. You know what I mean? You have to knock it out the park this year, especially Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Survival Series, which is the main three main events. They have to hit it out the park. You know what I mean? You know, and you know, if they're doing one event in LA, we know what's going on in LA. You know, shout out to those who's going through the devastations right now with the natural disasters what's happening out there. You know, they have to recuperate and do something for the city.
That's right.
Definitely. So it's definitely going to be a good one.
Yeah, yeah. And they're doing a big, massive European tour before Mania as well, man. So they're going to be doing a few Raws, a few SmackDowns in the UK. Hopefully, 1, 2, or 3 of us will smuggle our way into one of those shows. You know what I mean? Do some live reporting.
You're probably going to walk away from the bird's eye view down as usual. Because I don't know how
that's my secret, bro. I'm trying to get that Shawn Michaels situation, bro. Just jump on the harness and just whoosh, down to the ring. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. You know,
I love going to wrestling shows with him, man. He's on the same wave I'm on. I'm like, let's just find a better seat, bro. You know what I mean?
That is it.
Let's go meet Cody Rhodes.
God willing, will be there. So what's next, Scandies?
Yeah, man. So we spoke about Mania. Who we think's going to headline Mania? In terms of like what we think for the year ahead. Like, who do you think is going to be a big breakout star this year? Who do you think is going to have a good year in 2025? What do you think, sir?
Well, if we're going to do, what if we say who's going to be the champions at the end of the year? Like,
at the end of the year? Okay.
Yeah, like who? I'm copying Wrestle Talk. Sorry, but I like it. I think Drew will be the world heavyweight champion. I think he will. I think Punk will win the title. I think Drew will get his lick back by winning it off Punk at some point of the year. I think that's fair after what he's done for the company. And so I think Drew will be the champion. In terms of the undisputed, like the WWE title, it's not going to be Cody. It's not going to be The Rock. It might be Cena, man.
Ooh. So you think Cena will retire with the belt?
It hasn't happened yet.
Retiring with the belt, in a new one.
Edge retired with the belt. He was forced retired. No one's ever retired with the belt. Like, this is my last day. And we all wanted Undertaker to do it at one point. I think Cena might be the guy. I don't know that one for sure. I'm like 100% on Drew, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think, Magic J?
It could happen, but Cena should have fucking retired a long time, man. Like, shut the fuck up and sit down with your receded headline and your
He's got a bit. I don't think it's. I think it's a ball patch.
Yeah, the back of his head.
Whatever he's got, he needs to just go back to Hollywood, and just do your thing, bro. Because I don't know what he's doing. He should not be wrestling, man. Like, he should have done his retirement long time. Just like what Jurgen Klopp done for Liverpool. Just leave. Should have left last season. Just left last season. But
who's going to be the WWE champion at the end of the year?
He's going to have the title.
Not John Cena. Fuck that. I don't want to see him. I want to see him. I can definitely see CM Punk, Chip Magnet Punk. I can see him having it, but at the same time, because I was thinking about Mr. Steph Rollins. He's gonna take some time out. Obviously, he's gonna be with his wife. Who his wife is already, and looking after his child. And he's probably gonna come back and do something fuckery, and probably even get a title or beat CM for the title or something. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen that he's probably gonna win King of the Ring or something like that, and have that King of the Ring to challenge CM Punk.
You know what though? I would like to see just for like career completion. I'd like to see Finn Balor win a title again. I'd like to see KO win the title again, man, because I feel that they didn't really get, and Sami Zayn. I feel like they didn't really get worthy title runs, and Sami's never had a title run, and he kind of feels like he deserves it, really. I'm good. If no new guys win the heavyweight title, I'm good, bro. If they do a year where they just give guys that deserve the title, then yeah, do that, bro. Like,
Go on, sorry.
No, I was gonna say all them new guys like Bron Breakker and that, man, they can wait another year or two, bro. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'm good with that as well. I would say the biggest fault, my biggest prediction of this year, a lot of people saw it coming before it happened, but I think, I hope storyline wise, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens are like the new, a hybrid, anti-different version of an NWO Power Force, where Seth is basically a modern day Hulk Hogan, where and because he has been corporate, he has been the the white knight of the company, or to lack of a better term, and for him to just, even though he's been healed before, I know Hogan's been, and that was a third, but I just think if they do that, like, and I'm all on their side, they all got like justifiable grievances to be, and they are baby faces in a lot of people's eyes. And I think playing with that, like Cody, Roman, Punk, who are actually been given so many chances and walking around quite entitled and in the press conferences and shaking hands and not rebels anymore. And then these three workhorses who have been the backbone, these guys, they just came in. And then Roman's just been part-time. And these three guys really fucking, no, we've had enough. I'm not complaining anymore. I'm burning shit down. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
No pun intended, actually, shit. But yeah, that's what I want to see. That's the most thing I'm excited for.
So, that's definitely a good show. I can't add nothing to that. But one thing I want to add though is the bloodline. Oh, we can't be here talking about Sami Zayn, talking about KO, talking about all them guys. We're out talking about the Timu bloodline versus the OG bloodline. Talk to me, Scan. What do you think about that whole rivalry and what's gonna happen next with the little cousin who thought he was the tribal chief? You know what I mean? Gavin, in London, we call them chiefs as idiots. You're a chief. But what do you think about the Timu bloodline, the OG bloodline?
Bro, I love you, Solo.
Solo.
Why have they not made that into a t-shirt yet? I do not know, bro. I need that t-shirt, bro. That's the biggest the Yeet t-shirt right there, bro. Yeah, man. OG bloodline versus new bloodline in the War Games was a sick match, bro. I'm sure the storyline ain't done. Like, Solo's gonna get his lick back in some way, shape, or form. Or maybe Jacob Fatu might just done his dance, like on SmackDown. We never know. And take over. But Jacob Fatu is just another level, bro. They need to push that guy to the moon. But it's just like injuries have kind of messed up their momentum. So it's interesting to see where they're going to go next. But I think now that storyline's done, it's difficult to say what them guys can do that's not bloodline related. Because that's kind of their whole thing. So it's like they're not going to go and then feud with Rey Mysterio or something. It's like, it don't make no sense. So it's like, it's interesting, man. They might just disband, bro. I don't know. They might just like bounce for now and then just run up on Roman or try big friend him. I don't know. Be like, cousin, take us back. Something like that, bro. That's what I'm seeing.
Hey, what's your thoughts?
Well, just on the last point Scandu said, like Solo, they didn't show that for no reason, for him saying, like, explaining to the Timo bloodline, as you put it, that if Roman has the Ulafala, no matter what, I and you will acknowledge him as the tribal chief. So it could be absolute servitude towards Roman after. I think I would never be interested in the new bloodline doing what they're doing now, just continuously after the feud's over and not feuding Roman. I don't think that's the right way. I think that's probably the most interesting that could. But now that it's done, all this Jacob Fatu teasing with Braun Breaker, all this Jacob Fatu teasing when he got on the ring with Braun Strowman, enough. Now I want to see it. I want to watch the ring. And I want to watch wherever they fucking square up. I want to see that shit explode into violence. Do you know what I mean? I know you're saving Jacob for two, and I know you did that with LA Knight with like his momentum and then. But for me, it was a bit too late. But I've never been on LA, so maybe that's why. But just pull the trigger.
Yeah,
Pull the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
trigger with Jacob for two.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
ASAP.
Yeah, and you make a good point, man. That they have to respect the Ula Fala, bro. If that's what it says, then they need to fall in line and just end the storyline, bro. Because like I said, I don't think there's anywhere they can really go, and we all know that they're all going to be at the cookout together. So it's like, what's the point of pretending that you hate each other when you really don't?
Mm.
Like they even baited it out already. Like if you see that backstage video of The Rock when he comes through the curtain, bro, hugs Roman Reigns and he's like, "Yeah, come here, Solo." Hugs Solo as well, and it's like, wait a minute, these guys just had like a fight to the death. Like it's just like, and you're all chummy. Like, nah, man,
Yes,
nah,
yes.
I'm not buying that anymore, bro. That's done. Like, Bloodline's done out, bro.
But again, do
Yeah.
you know what I see in the future? All of them look coming together as one. Yeah, even their cousin who always puts up her hands to it, who just lost her title. Yeah, who just lost her title to the Dolly. You get me? I just call her the Dolly and done. Yeah, but just lost her title, right? I could see all them lot coming together and being like what NWO done back in the days, but do it for the Usos.
Mm.
I'll tell you what I'd do if I had the pen, and a lot of people say no, shut up, and I'll be like, no, I want to do this. If I had the pen, the one lick back that we haven't seen yet, who did Roman beat for the Universal title initially? The Fiend. So that lick back hasn't come back yet. Now I'm not saying he needs that Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt family are ready to go for Roman, Usos, and Sammy. I'd let him go for Solo, Jacob, and them lot if to begin with. And at the end of the feud, once they win, menacingly Uncle Howdy can look into Solo's eyes like, we didn't even fucking want you, and laugh in his face. And then it goes for Roman.
Hey,
I would do that at Mania with the new bloodline, and then I would find a way to do that sometime this year. Mm.
That's big. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's big, man. And that makes sense because obviously they're about avenging things and making things right. So yeah, why not come for the bloodline, bro? To me that makes perfect sense.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'll have you in my creative room. Come on.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm picking up. I'm drawing for the pen. I'm drawing for the pen right now. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Let's go over to WWE's competitors. The company was took 75% of their wrestlers. All Elite Wrestling. How do you think was going to happen this year in All Elite? And what's your thoughts on 2024? Because I thought they was so phenomenal.
Ooh,
Well, you thought
okay.
AEW was phenomenal in 2024.
Yeah, I thought it was great. It was a bit shaky. It was a bit
All right.
shaky, but it was good.
I think they're getting too much criticism compared to the actual work they did do in 2024. 2024 wasn't as bad as WWE 2019, 2018, like it still had. You can hold 30 matches, which were actually phenomenal, and a few storylines that were okay, but
Yeah.
it really slipped after All Out.
Yeah. I think that's the
reason. Yeah.
I agree, bro. And that's it, man. You can never question the match quality, but like, unless you're like, I don't know, got a fetish for just watching people wrestle with no reason, like just out of nowhere, like people just, yeah, let's put this guy with this guy. Like they put it through some random generator. Like it's like, oh, we're the best wrestler. You know what I mean? It's not enough, bro. That's not what we want in our pro wrestling, bro. We need storylines. I need to be captivated. I need to want to see why people want to fight. Like nothing beats a great storyline. Those are the things you remember for like years and years to go. Like half the matches in AEW last year, I couldn't even tell you why these people were fighting. Like even things like the Continental Classic, which is amazing, but these guys they're doing massive matches, bro. Like with no rhyme or reason. Like big first time matches. Like Ricochet's doing some craziness, and there's no reason. Like it's mad. That's like WWE saying, "Yeah, we're going to give you Cena versus Rock next week. Have it." Like it's like, why?
Oh,
They
I
did
hear
that
you.
in Mercy with Roman.
So do you think the biggest introduction or the biggest stampede of AEW was the Hurt Syndicate joining AEW? Bobby Lashley and Scanduce's favorite wrestler.
Listen, man, I tell you what, right? The thing is, the problem is like he rushes these big, and they did it with Mercedes money. They get the whole pay-per-view, like big money or big business, they called it, made a massive debut, but it's like they had no plan for her.
Okay.
What's she gonna do? Who's she gonna feud with? They just, she'll come in and she'll dance, like, and then she'll leave. You know, it was just like, and then people got sick of it and they started booing her. And we noticed this
Well, she's
pattern.
4 belts Monet now. She's
Oh
four
yeah, yeah.
belts
She
Monet.
she turned it around because she needed time to turn it around. But
She's had good matches.
but
Like
we
the
noticed there's a
beginning.
pattern though. There was a pattern starting to develop because it happened with Ricochet as well. Like when someone comes in from WWE, there's initial like, yeah, they're here, and then like about a few weeks later, they just start booing them because they're just like, yeah, but what are you doing? You know, and then they will end up turning heel, and that's where it's at.
Yeah. I mean, try not to cuss Tony. I like cussing people. I mean, it's like he is tone deaf. I do think there's a lot. He's not an idiot. I think he's infatuated with Japanese wrestling in a lot of ways, and they don't have. I don't know. I don't actually. I shouldn't say that. I don't watch New Japan as much, but it doesn't seem from the optics and from what I've heard in circles that they have continuous storylines all the time. It's like matches to matches, and the event speaks for itself, and it's a different audience that appreciate it in a different way. I think Tony is trying to accomplish that in a world where that isn't what we want or what where it's selling. We want storylines, we want long-term booking, we want hidden Easter eggs, we want viciousness, we want good acting in promos, we want good response, and then that will all come together in the ring and climax, for lack of a better word. But like, if Tony, I hope Tony will be. I think the backlash and the frustration backstage, not from his favorites, but like just generally, hopefully that will force him to take a step back and say, all right, I'm gonna employ 3 or 4 people writing now. And I'm not the person you report to. Like these guys, I mean, these guys are his heroes. And it's very obvious they're his heroes. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he couldn't tell Punk no, or I don't know, I'm not there, but it feels like he can't tell these people no. Love Adam Copeland. It's your right to be Cope if you want to be Cope. But as a business decision, at the optics of it, as a promotion, if I had a pen, I'd be like, nah. I'll be like, no, you're rated R superstar. That's what it looks beautiful in lights. That's what, you know what I mean? I don't care if you want to do that in an indie, but in my company, in my what I'm trying to sell and what I'm trying to create, no. No. But I don't think I think he needs someone to be able to say no
Yeah.
and really have a consistent direction. But
Yeah.
I will never fault. I won't hate on any of the wrestlers' hard work. They're flipping. You know, I would never look at Darby and say AEW shit right now. Like, look at what he puts himself through every fucking week for it. Do you know what I mean? The wrestlers are going crazy, but backstage is tone deaf,
Yeah.
and something needs to be done.
Okay.
That
All
was
right.
But talking about AEW, and because to me they're mostly indie, right? Talk about the indie scene. What is your thoughts on the indie scene and New Japan Pro Wrestling? I know Sai said he doesn't really watch New Japan or Noah or any of those companies as much. But Scandoos, what do you think of the state of the indie scene and New Japan?
I did watch like Wrestle Kingdom this year as well, man, and I think Wrestle Dynasty as well. Their partnership with AEW, you know, and I do because I don't watch it regularly. I do find it refreshing. Their presentation, you know, like the Tokyo Dome, like everything just feels epic, you know, and that Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd match is ridiculous. Like
I need to
it's
watch.
just
Yeah.
yeah, that match is ridiculous, man. And it's like it's the venue, maybe Tokyo Dome, everything just feels epic, you know, but it's like you kind of need that. Like that's what's missing from American wrestling, and that's something even though Tony Khan tries to recreate it, you can't really recreate it because it's just the whole cultural thing, the way Japanese people just do their wrestling is just different, bro. And yeah, it's needed, man. The game needs variety, you know, and that's what we're learning. And it's interesting seeing things like WWE are more open to, partnering up with Mexican companies. They've just sent Omos to Japan. He's just won a title out there. You know what I mean? And they're switching it up because they see that, you know what I mean? Let's be friends. Let's open our game up. They see what AEW does with Forbidden Door, where they bring in Japanese, Mexican, like all together on one card, and that's kind of like giving us a more rich professional wrestling experience, and that can only be amazing for pro wrestlers and for the future of the game. That's my 2 cents on the situation. So yeah, Magic G.
You want to put your pence in?
Well, what do you think, Magic?
I
You loved
honestly,
it. Sorry.
do you know, it is honestly, it's a change, and I know a lot of us don't like change, but it is a change, especially that AEW Ring of Honor is going over there and doing their thing, and I know that I was watching Sammy Guevara, his YouTube channel, because he's got his own vlog, and he dreamt of wrestling there, and this was over 7-8 years ago or something like that, even more. But he done a video of him being outside the arena, but he's not inside, and he was so happy that he got a chance to wrestle there. His wife, who's a wrestler, got to wrestle there and stuff like that. So for them to get their names out there and say, yo, like, I've touched the soils where legendary WWE wrestlers, WWF wrestlers, and wrestlers from way back when, and even the owner of New Japan Wrestling, Rest the Soul, touched and graced. So for them, I know it's a great experience for them, and it's going to take their momentum to another level.
Yeah, and the thing is, one thing I'll say, and that is why I respect what Ricochet did, because he was like, Triple H didn't see the vision with Ricochet. He was spinning his wheels in WWE for about 8 years, a long time, bro. They gave him the Speed Championship, and which is basically a disrespect, really. My man jumped ship to AEW, and he's headlining the Tokyo Dome, bro. Like against Zack Sabre Jr., bro. That's the difference. Like when you got a guy that's backing you and sees your potential, and I love to see it. Man bet on himself. He could have been a WWE lifer and just took whatever Hunter gave him. Like, I don't know, like Cedric Alexander or something. Like
and he was giving him good stuff, like towards the end of his career, like in WWE. Not good stuff, but Vince left. So there was a bit more promise, and Samantha was doing her thing. So there was temptation to stay, but he took the boldness of going.
Yeah, and he said that, done that, bro. And my man can now put Tokyo Dome on his resume, headline that. Like, that's a main event, bro. He's done that before Punk. You know what I mean? So that's a big look, man. And I really love that. And I love the fact that Mercedes Moné is the Rev Pro champion. That means she's going to be coming to London. So that gives us an opportunity to kind of see her. You know what I mean, at one of these shows.
I talk about being a Rev Pro champion. I talk about the UK as well, going into the UK, as we should just wrap this up on the UK. What is the state of UK wrestling from Rev Pro, from Hustle Wrestling, and the rest of the independent scene? Because I see the independent scene on the uprise right now in the UK, and they're doing so much.
I love it, man. I love it. Riot Cabaret. I went to a couple of this random I went to a car show with my dad for Father's Day, and they had some pro wrestlers there. Went and watched that. Like in my workplace, they had some. Yeah, they had like a little pro wrestling crew come up, and there was like some guys that worked for Hustle Wrestling there as well. So it just shows you like a lot of these indie guys are getting about. Like pro wrestling is popular again right now, bro. So like people are pulling up to all these indie shows. These guys are getting paid. It's great for a platform like us, because this year definitely I'm putting putting it down, putting it out there. We're going to be meeting and interviewing a lot of these wrestlers, bro. Hopefully Mercedes Moné as well at some point will be on this channel. So it's like, let's go for it, bro. Let's bloody go, And hopefully maybe trying out some pro wrestling as well, man. We'll go to some of the training schools too.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm up for that. So what do you think about the UK state of wrestling?
Yeah, but I'm slightly worried that the wave of WWE tyranny might be coming back after, these ID cards. Because once NXT UK sort of like finished, and NXT Europe has sort of been like a maybe in the distance. I think they'll try it this year. But I think that then it'll go back to a situation where we might not have as much indie wrestling available to us because they've joined a big company again now, and they're on their books and they're not allowed to wrestle with them. So I think enjoy it for as long as we got it, and hopefully WWE will be considerate to us audiences out here that want to see it in different places and see people grow and watch different talents and in spaces that isn't WWE or whatever it might be. So yeah, big up. And yeah, I'm definitely, it's on the bucket list, man. I'm gonna lose 20 pounds and I'm gonna get in the ring. And if I can't do that, I'll be a referee, man. At Rev Pro, fuck it.
That's what's up, bro. So you're either gonna see us in the ring, you'll see us, I don't know, doing management, or you might see us doing commentary, or you might see us the ringside security, bro. But you will see one of the Mega Powers at your local wrestling shop. Sorry, what did you say, Magic J?
I talk about the indie scene as well. I definitely want to tap into different indie scenes out of London as well, because I know that there's a few in Yorkshire, in Manchester and stuff like that. And I know the European scene is big as well when it comes to, you know, the Germans and stuff, because I saw, what's his name? Gunther's guy gone back to Germany, who announces for Gunther. What's his name again? Yeah, I saw him go back and go back to his old wrestling stable, and he got a big reaction. So definitely, Europe is something that we definitely need to think about going just to get the experience. You know what I mean? Is there anything that we could talk on? Because we've got 3 minutes, so
we got to go to France. Whatever happens, we got to go to France. And secondly, I hope they do a Mexico PLE as well. I hope they do a Mexico PLE. If
you got to see some luchas. I want to buy a lucha mask this year, so I can be like that guy on Wrestle Talk and just wear the mask all year, bro. You won't even see my face anymore. Like, go do some rap shows with my luchador mask. You know what I mean? The Mega Power luchadors, bro.
I annoyed him when I was drunk at Survivor Series, Tempest, but he didn't mind. We had a great conversation. Big up, Tempest, man.
No. And for those who obviously, as we said before the start of the thing, we've been away. For those who know what we've been doing, we've been updating a lot on the Twitter X. So go over to the X and onto our page. You know, every week we post up stuff to do with either AEW or WWE, which is the main two. So go over there, follow the page, and see what we're doing. And
the TikTok, we're gonna get the TikTok popping again.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be getting the TikTok. So all social media platforms. So if anyone wants to reach out to us, there's everything will be down here in the description. Myself, you know, you can catch me on my personal channel, which is DJ Magic J. I do my own personal vlogs, and I also do hood vlogs for TM Crumpets. Sai, what you got to throw out before we wrap up?
Shit. I guess well, yeah, I'm here for my wrestling talk. I'm trying to develop my own streaming thing. So if I release that this year, great. You can find me there as well. If you love your hip hop, come to Tottenham Court Road and the Hanway Bar. It's a company called Showreel. We do a night every day, every single month. I fuck with I Am Hip Hop back in the day, Rap Exchange, and me, and Mega Powers, of course. But the honorary Mega Powers.
Honorary Mega Power. Yes, indeed, bro. Yeah, man. So it's honestly... we're getting that t-shirt, bro. With merch is coming this year, bro. Guaranteed.
We're definitely gonna get some merch. We can definitely get some new designs. And if there's any designers out there who wants to throw us some designs, we will be happy to receive and get some t-shirts done. If you don't want to send us any sort of Mega Powers designs from yourself, you know, we will promote it and wear it. So, Sai, before we wrap up, what you got to say?
Let me do my shouts, bro. Yeah, so obviously Scan, which is at SKANDOUZ. You can catch me at obviously Connoisseurs of Hip Hop, Freshers, all of that good stuff at the socials, man. But yeah, before we get cut off, thank you for watching, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let's do the big handshake and we're out.
Hello, wrestling fans. This is DJ Magic J with Scanduce, the Hip Hop Original. And we are the Mega Powers TV. And what we're giving you is exclusive pro wrestling content. You get interviews, you get podcasts, and a whole bunch of other things. So just remember, peoples, like, comment, share, subscribe to your friends, your family, your enemies, and your loved ones. So just remember, we are the Mega Powers Podcast TV. And we do everything else wrestling. The Mega Powers.